फूल से खिल के पास आ दिल के, दूर से मिल के चैन आए। फूल से खिल के पास आ दिल के, दूर से मिल के चैन आए। और कब तक मुझे तड़ पाएगी तू, मेरे सपनों की रानी कब आएगी तू। आई रुत मस्तानी कब आएगी तू, बीती जाए जिंदगानी कब आएगी तू। चलिया तू चलिया। Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bhupender. Our next song, we are going to have a wonderful another Hindi song to sing. We are introducing Bharani. Bharani just sang that Gananayaka song. He is based out of Chicago. He's a passionate singer and an avid technologist by the day. S.P. Balasubramaniam and the playback singing legends of India are his biggest musical inspirations. He's going to do one of the first song by S.P. Bisar in Hindi. Let's take it, Barney.
Thank you, Raghu. तेरे मेरे बीच में, तेरे मेरे बीच में कैसा है ये बंधन अनजाना, कैसा है ये बंधन अनजाना। मैंने नहीं जाना, तूने नहीं जाना, मैंने नहीं जाना, तूने नहीं जाना। तेरे मेरे बीच में कैसा है ये बंधन अनजाना। एक डोर खींचे दूजा दौड़ा चलाए, एक डोर खींचे दूजा दौड़ा चलाए। कच्चे धागे में बंधा चलाए, ऐसे जैसे कोई, ओ ऐसे जैसे कोई दीवाना, ऐसे जैसे कोई दीवाना। मैंने नहीं जाना, तूने नहीं जाना। तेरे मेरे बीच में कैसा है ये बंधन अनजाना। नींद न आए मुझे, चैन न आए, नींद न आए मुझे, चैन न आए, लाख जतन करूं रोका न जाए, सपनों में तेरा, ओ सपनों में तेरा आना जाना, सपनों में तेरा आना जाना, मैंने नहीं जाना, तूने नहीं जाना, तेरे मेरे बीच में कैसा है ये बंधन अनजाना, कैसा है ये बंधन अनजाना. Thank you.
Thank you, Bharani. That was wonderful. We just, we could not, he passed away, SPB sir. You just brought his memory to us. Excellent. And now for all the Allu Arjun fans here, we have a song from Kavita. Just guess which movie is going to be. Kavita is a software engineer passionate about singing. She lives in Toronto and has been formally trained in music from age 6. She loves music of all kinds and have had opportunity to give Carnatic and light music concerts in many places. She has also been part of and won many TV shows. And currently she is learning music from Dr. Sundar. Let's take it, Kavita. And we have one more song in this session, in this segment, a Tamil song coming to you. So we say, be there. Kavita, let's go.
Hi everyone. So let's switch gears and move to a new song, Ala Vaikunthapramlo, the latest rage. And this is the female cover version of the same song by Sid Sriram, done by Shreya Ghosalji. Hope you enjoy it.
Say, okay.
నీ కలని పట్టుకు వదలవని చూడే నా కళ్ళు, ఆ చూపుల నల్లా తుక్కకు వెళ్ళకు దయలేదా అసలు. పట్టుకు వెదలనన్నవి చూడే నా కళ్ళు, ఆ చూపుల నల్లా తొక్కకు వెళ్ళకు దయలేదా అసలు. నీ కళ్ళకి కవాలి కాస్తాయే పట్టుకోలన్నా కలలు, నువ్వు నొల్లముతంటే ఎనగకండి చింతేనే సెగలు. నువ్వు మురి గాలికి ఉయ్యాల ఊదుతుంటే ముంగురులు, నువ్వు నెట్టేస్తలే చుట్టబట్టే నిష్ఠురపు విలవిలవు. వయసుకున్న అదుపు చెప్పతగునా, సామజవర గమనా నేను చూసి ఆగగలనా, మనసు మీద వయసుకున్న అదుపు చెప్పతగునా. ఇంతేనా గగన మనకి వీడు మధురమైన మనవిని వినుమా సామజవర గమనా నిన్ను చూసి ఆగగలనా మనసు నీదు మధురమైన మనసి నింద జుగమా సామజవర గమనా నిన్ను చూసి ఆగగలనా మనసు మీద వయసు కన్న అదుపు చల్లగలనా కలని పట్టుకు వదలనన్నవి చూడే నా కళ్ళు ఆ చూపులనల్లా తుకకు వెళ్ళకు దయలేదా అసలు నీ కళ్ళకి కవలి కాస్తాయే కట్టుకోల నా కలలు నువ్వు నుల్లు మొత్తంటే ఎర్రగ కంది చిందే నేసగలు Thank you.
Thank you, Kavita. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. That was the latest movie by Allu Arjun. Now, let's wait. The main speaker is going to talk now. So, Tamil Nenjangale, ungalukkaga Tamil song varapodhu after this one. Keynote speaker mudicha piragu varapodhu. Please tune. நீங்க டொனேட் பண்ணலன்னா this is the time for you to donate. நீங்க வந்து இந்த கோயிலுக்காக தான் பண்றோம். நீங்க டொனேட் பண்ணுங்க. So keynote speaker முடிச்ச பிறகு we will come back to you with the Tamil song. So there are a lot of songs coming now, Hindi, Tamil, Telugu and all. Please tune in. Yash, take it over.
Thank you, Raghu. Thank you, Kavita. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you, Rama. Thank you, Bhupendra. Those were some amazing songs. Please give a very big round of applause for our artists. They can absolutely hear your claps. So thank you so much. With that, Shri, looks like we've got more donors.
Absolutely, we do. Let's get the audience going. I know everyone's waiting for our very famous keynote speaker, Sridhar Garu, but just one more minute. We have Raju from Gayatri Foods, $3,000.
Yeah. Sarat Baru, $3,000.
We have Bhavin Sneha Shastri, $251.
Himanshu and Jayashree Parekh, $1,000.
We have Mohan Kupaswamy, $1,000.
Thank you, donors. Please keep those donations coming. The pledge form is super active. A lot of forms are getting filled out. So thank you to all the donors. Unfortunately, we can't announce all the names, but thank you. Please keep those donations coming. Open your hearts and please donate generously. With that, before we go for our keynote speaker, we have one more trivia question for you. So get ready with your chat box. I hope you found your chat box. And here is your next trivia question. What is the Vahan or vehicle of Lakshmi Devi? And your options are crow, owl, swan, or a parrot. And looks like we have a quick winner. And the winner is Reina. And your answer is owl. Thank you for that participation. We've got a lot of people chiming in. That's awesome. Thank you. And now to our keynote speaker, Shri.
Yash, I am really excited for the next segment. It's my privilege to introduce our tonight's keynote speaker, Sri Sridhar Tallapaka Garu. Sri Sridhar Garu was born in Sri Shailam, India, to Sri Chaudeshwara Prabhakar Rao and Rajeshwari Garu. He is the 12th generation descendant of the great saint, Sri Tallapaka Annamacharya, who revered for his 32,000 hymns glorifying Sri Tirupati Venkateshwara Swami. Sri Sridhar Garu did his early education in Bhutan and later in Hyderabad, Warangal, and Kolkata. Currently, he works for an IT company in the USA, in Connecticut, resides in Connecticut with his wife Srimati Padma Tallapaka and daughter Aditi. He's a disciple of Sadguru Shivananda Murthy Garu, a Mahayogi who strived for the revival of Bharatiyata and Sanatana Dharma. Sri Sridhar Garu's spiritual journey in this lifetime continued in the year 2001 after physically meeting Guruji. Since then, he has been guiding and inspiring seekers to develop the right attitude on how to live in this material world and how to plan for their final journey. He has a keen interest in the aspects of spirit and spirituality, matter and materialism, creator and creation. He's an ardent patriot and a staunch believer that Sanatana Dharma is a way of life. He has been striving hard to create awareness among people about Bharatiyata and its importance. He has been a mentor, guide, and a role model to many spiritual seekers. Please welcome with a big round of applause. Please, audience, I want to see all the applause. Sri Sridhar Tallapaka Garu. Over to you, Sridhar Garu. We are much awaiting your keynote speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Sirisha. Thank you. Really appreciate it. I hope I'm audible and visible.
Yes,
Okay.
we can hear you.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's a privilege, really. It's an honor to participate in this event tonight. I remember visiting Hindu Temple of Wisconsin a couple of times. Once it was, I think, last year and the year before. It's a great temple. I believe it's not built with brick and mortar, but it's actually built with a lot of devotion. So that's what I saw in the temple. So I know a lot of good songs and beautiful dance performance is going on in between. I've come. I hope I'm not too much of a disturbance to this flow. So I will try to keep this address as short as possible. But and I was asked to see if anybody has any questions on the topic that we covered today. Maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes I'll talk, and then if there are any questions, I'm happy to take on that topic or anything else for another 5 minutes, and then we can move on to the better part of the event. So on temples, the interesting thing about, there are many interesting things about temples that we are all aware of. We visit them often. As children, we have visited, I think, many temples out of parental pressure. As grown-ups, voluntarily we visit and we take our children there. So this is kind of a tradition that has been brought down to us since many years, not just in this decade or century, but it's been going on for a long time. If someone has to ask as to when this temple culture as such started in India, it's not been there for too long. If you see the whole Kali Yuga as such, it is said that there were no real temples as such the way we see before Buddha. So the temple culture, or worshipping idol, rather praying to an idol and worshipping the god inside the idol, this whole culture in Sanatana Dharma or Arya Dharma started after the Buddha's time. So that's an interesting piece of information which will bring us to understand what is the history of Dharma in our civilization. So why did this happen around Buddha's time? Why did Shankaracharya had to come? All those events, I think many of us are aware of. So temples as such are set up for specific purpose. And one specific purpose I can think of, wherever they are set up across the world, one key thing is to bring all classes of people together as equals. For example, if you go to an ashram, if you go to certain kshetras, there are certain different classifications in terms of the evolution of the soul. There's a guru, there is a gnani, there's a yogi, there's a scholar, and then there are commoners. and then perhaps there are kings and people who are ruling the kingdoms. Temple is one place where all these class of devotees become just the devotees. So in the sense, it can be termed as democratization of worship when we talk about a temple and people visiting. So that has to be the attitude of people when we visit a temple. We are asking because there is a giver in the temple sitting. We may not believe in him, we may not understand him, but he's available to give us what we ask for. So we should remember to ask what we want. That's one important thing and a simple thing which we tend to forget, but we should remember. Which also means that originally God, to the extent we know, was never worshipped in specific human-like forms with hands and legs and face before temples came into existence, right? So for many millions of years, the only way of worship to God was through yajnas. Yajnas, when I say the homas and all those things, where light, fire, or tejas was the object of worship, with prescribed rituals from Vedas and Shastras. So the beginning of temples can be coined from probably 3,000 to 3,500 years and not beyond that. So it's from a human civilization perspective, it's not a very very old tradition that we're talking about. There's a specific significance of temples when we speak about consecrated temples. So there is a difference between prayer and worship. When we say worship, it's a higher level of prayer. Prayer halls or places of prayer is not a temple. Temple is a place of worship. So the differentiating factor between a place of worship or a place of prayer is in temples, God is installed and invoked through a process of a scientific process of prana pratishtha or consecration, we call it. And only then worship is possible. So otherwise, it's just a place of prayer. God is not invoked or installed. Only when he is consecrated, there is an aspect of worship, right? So prayer strengthens worship, or worship strengthens the prayer. But one worship is the higher pedestal, and that is possible in temples where God is consecrated. That's one key reason why we should make it a habit to visit temples like HTW that we have here. And in other cultures or religions, it's more of prayer than worship because there's no aspect of invoking God there, right? So especially in today's generation, or even perhaps some of the non-believers may express a doubt as to why should one visit a temple at all? Okay, fine, it's a place of worship, but why should actually I visit? So couple of key points that we should remember why we need to visit temples as often as we can, even in these pandemic times with all the legal advice we have to follow. One is for success, protection, and evolution. Perhaps protection, success, and evolution in that order of importance. Within the material sphere and the spiritual life, there are two things that become very imperative. One is hard work and the other is divine intervention. Now, divine intervention happens when we ask. If we just go on praying or worshiping without any hard work, it doesn't work. And if you just work hard and do not invoke any God inside or without us, outside of us, it doesn't work. So both these things are important. They help in protection, success, and evolution of the individual in the material life and in the life of the spiritual in nature. Also, why people need to visit temple is the critical aspect about body consciousness. Due to the bondage with the world around us and due to the false identification of ourself with the body, our physical surroundings do not permit us to experience the divinity which is all pervasive. It is in us also, but we are not able to experience that because of the limitations of the material body in nature. So to understand this aspect, one needs to visit a temple. So when we visit a temple, the consciousness that has been consecrated there connects with the body consciousness. And sooner or later, may not be immediately, but sooner or later, most certainly before the soul leaves the body, there's a high chance that he experiences that spark of divinity. And once that spark of divinity is experienced, the concept of Guru Tattvam, embodied concept of Guru Tattvam, walks into our life looking for us and guides us to the next level of evolution. So that's very key in order to evolve in our life. It's very important that we should remember this. So when we visit a temple, there are a few things that are advised to do. First is we, of course, ask for our own success, our own happiness, our kithankin, that we do without being told. We tend to visit a temple more when we need his help, as opposed to when we don't. Apart from that, we should ask for establishment of dharma in the society. That's very important. Even though we don't know what dharma is, it's a very complicated subject, but we should ask for it, be it for America or India or any other nation. It's important that society understands, follows, and implements in various aspects of layers of society. It could be bureaucracy, it could be politics, it could be a relationship between the husband and wife, son and the parent, or daughter and the parent, with the neighbors, with the friends. The dharma becomes very important. So we have to ask for establishment of dharma in the society and country, even if we don't know what it is. And this ask, God responds in some way. Whether we are aware that he's responding or not, we have to be sure that he does. Establish some kind of a dialogue when you go to a temple. Conversation. You don't need to know mantras, you don't need to know shastras. That's why we have honored priests who represent us to God. But in our own language, we should establish some kind of a connect with God in order to experience him inside of us. And soon he becomes the inner voice and he speaks to us from inside. And who better than him to guide us on our day-to-day life and the long-term goals of our life, right? And remember, in this context, no two gods are similar. We say all gods are same and all that. That's maybe contextually it is correct, but technically no two god forms are same. Each god has a certain unique function to perform, so we should know whom to ask for what. So sometimes if we ask for a specific god for something, and if it's not happening, maybe you're asking the wrong god. You should keep that in mind. And Shastras tell us whom to ask what. But as far as jnana is concerned, as far as knowledge is concerned, all the gods are same and they are able to give us. I'm not saying one is above the other or something like that. No, there is a hierarchy, but there is unique functionality and purpose of creating the form of each god. That has to be remembered. From a practical implementation point of view, when you visit a temple, remember to see, when you see the idol of the god, first important is to see the feet of God or goddess. And then gradually look up to the god's face and immediately go back to the feet and remember that form in your mind. It's not about this god or that god. This is the procedure that Vedas and Maharshis have suggested when you visit temple. It has a lot of reasoning and purpose behind it. We'll not get into those technicalities, but I thought I should mention that today because that's something that we can immediately implement. And the question could be then, what do I do with a Shivalinga that does not have feet or eyes or face? Well, Shivalinga is the Brahmanda itself, right from the Brahma Loka to Patal Loka and 14 Lokas. Everything is embedded there. So probably you are seeing a Virat Rupa of God in the Shivalinga. Other than this, try to sit in silence when you visit a temple, apart from taking Tirtham Prasadam. We have observed, I think elders do make it a point to sit in isolation. with themselves and thinking about God in the form that they have just seen. They're trying to imagine that and establish a certain kind of a dialogue with that God. Meditate on that form. It's important to sit in the temple for a few minutes. Take children to temple. They may say no, they may say they're busy with something, but motivate them, encourage them, teach them the importance of temples. Visit as often as you can, because at the mental, intellectual level, you may not know what's going on there as far as the consciousness is concerned. But when you step inside temple premises, which has idols, which has been consecrated, which has the yantras, mantras, tantras, several things, Vedic science has gone into the Agama Shastra of building the idols and the temples, something happens. Even to a non-believer, something happens. So physically showing up to a temple itself is an ask. Sometimes it's a big deal, but we should make it a practice as part of our culture to do that. I said I'll wrap up early. I think I probably can now. But just to conclude, some people who are especially staying away from India and in a different culture, they ask this question as to what can we do for the country? There are several things that can be done. But visiting the temples, participating in the rituals, offering prayers, perhaps reading certain religious scriptures and texts, this is one way of serving the country and its culture, because country is not a geographically confined entity, but it's the culture, right? So we have to ensure that we participate in the temple activities. In case of HTW, I had the honor of visiting the temple a couple of times, as I said, and there were great many pujas that I witnessed. I sometimes get the pictures and video forwards. It's just amazing. We should take advantage of this opportunity available there. One secret I will tell you: when we meditate in a temple, there is a high possibility that the knowledge of creation is revealed to you. Knowledge of creation, which is contained in the Vedas, which was brought down by Maharshis after immense tapas of centuries. It is consecrated in the form of a yantra inside beneath the idol. That has the power to give you a vision of the knowledge of Vedas, even if you don't understand Sanskrit, even if you don't understand what Vedas is, it doesn't matter. Sit in silence, try to meditate there. You will understand the knowledge of creation right there. So, and next generation, which is the youth here, it's important for them to understand and for us to motivate them that we have to protect and preserve this temple culture in the country and outside, and thereby preserving the Hindu culture that we are born into, right? So by visiting often, by understanding dharma, by practicing dharma, by having the lofty goals of liberation, self-realization, all these things, eventually one day, everybody is bound to understand that body is actually a living temple, a mobile temple where God resides. And this is possible when we physically take the body to a temple. So I wish the best wishes to Hindu Temple of Wisconsin, all the devotees, tonight's events. Let's make the best of today and contribute as much as we can and participate in this activity, visit the temple, do what we can for ourselves, our family, our country, and our culture. Thank you.
Sadhu, for your amazing conversation on Sanatana Dharma and how we need to relate to our temple in everyday lives. And now we are focused on to our numbers again. This time I want to talk about kids, our next generation kids. We have Maya Doniparthi, who's 22 years old, just started working, and she is donating $251 for education funds. Next up, we have Kajal Komal Khatri. They are donating $251 as well. To lead into that, we do have a video that we want to show what temple means to our next generation. Kajal and Komal.
Hi, I'm Komal.
And I'm Kajal. So the temple actually had a very big impact on Komal and I both growing up. Every day we'd go to dance class in the Jain temple, and then we would walk over and do darshan at the Hindu temple. It honestly was like a really, really good experience. It helped us grow in our faith, and then it also helped us create just a lot of memories and allowed us to bond with the people in our community.
So please donate so we can continue these memories for everyone. Bye.
Thank them again.
Thank you, Kajal. Thank you, Komal. And before we introduce our next speaker, Sam Valanju, we do want to give some numbers out. I want to call out some names. Ram Tumuluri and family, $5,000. Sudeep Chand, $5,000. Lingam Kumar, $5,000. Manohar Ahuja, $5,000. VK Rao, $5,000. Bhupendra Khatri, $5,000. Vijay Ane, $10,000. And of course, we'll end it with Sam Valanju for $10,000. And Yash, can you please introduce Sam for us?
Absolutely. Just like how tonight, one of the theme has been how our community is relating to the Hindu temple and their stories. We just heard from Kajal and Komal. We've got more stories coming up. But next up, we have Sam and his story of Hindu Temple of Wisconsin. Over to you, Sam.
Namaste. My name is Subhash Valanju. My wife and I moved to Brookfield area in 1996 from Detroit. Our family is very much interested in Hindu religion and its culture, spirituality, and our heritage. In 1970s, we used to travel to Pittsburgh to visit Balaji and Sai Baba temple. We were thrilled when Bharatiya temple was opened in Troy, Michigan in 1981. When we moved to Milwaukee in 1996, there was no temple. We traveled often to Lamont Temple in Chicago between 1996 and year 2000. Fortunately, the efforts to build a temple in Milwaukee held ground and Bhumi Pujan was done in 1997. Our temple was opened in year 2000 and has provided us great value to our religious journey. It has been our place for various religious rituals, strengthening and growing spirituality, providing community service, and cultural and social events. The temple has provided various programs in all of the above areas since its inception. Our children Anita and Mayur were married here in this temple in year 2003 and 2007. Our temple has provided us place to overcome sorrow and strengthen our spirituality when major tragedy hit our family, in which we lost Nina's sister and her husband due to car crash. We would like to see our temple take more active role in increasing participation and involvement of our younger generation so that they can succeed in their spiritual and religious journey. Our temple is a great asset for this community, and it is important for all of us to support it and make sure it succeeds in its mission and purpose for generations to come.
Thank you, Sam. Now, before we go do more numbers, we have another trivia for you. So again, get ready with the chat. And here is your question. This is probably an easy one, but let's see if you can get it. How many days was the Battle of Kurukshetra? Again, the question is, how many days was the Battle of Kurukshetra? And here we go. We're getting a lot of chat, and the winner is, we are looking to our support team. They're doing an amazing job.
Let's see who the winner is.
And the winner is?
We got a winner. Sham Penugonda.
Penugonda.
Yay, Sham, congratulations.
And the answer is 18 days.
18 days, huh? Kurukshetra?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, let's do some numbers, Shri. We've got a lot of donors, and again, a big thank you. But here you go. Vishal Iyer, $500. Reena Verma, $1,000. Anil Tumu, $500. Amit Sharma, $100. Anshu Agrawal, $21. Vignesh Ramakrishna, $50. Raj, $100. Sampath Kunukula, $41. Dharamveer Arjindra, $51. Sandra Villa, $300. Gopal and Samira Adhikari, $500.
More names. Sunil Krishnan, 501. Murali Krishnan, 108. Sri Hari Ramanujam, $3,000. Girija Jaybal, $1,000. Vikram Bayala, $500. Kumar Iyer, $1,000. Anonymous, we have $5,000 for Anonymous. And you know what, Yash? I think we need to do some matchups, don't you think?
Absolutely, Shri.
Let's do that for our big donors. Dr. Kothur, my parents, my mom and dad, $2,000. Manjula Damana, my cousin, $500. Pankaj and Sonia Dingra, $1,800. We have Murali Krishna Raghavendran, $100. Venkatesh Gadamidi, $2,000. $2,000 and 116. 2,116. Madhavarao Murikipudi, we have $1,000.
Shri, we got more names here. Bruce Elliott, $501. Anu Ramachandra, $501. Dr. Manoli, $501. Nirmala Gupta, $500.
We have Prahlad Vadapalli, $1,000. Shaker Sunita Mopulapalli, $501. And I do want to now talk about the education fund again. Before we started talking about Nalini Gura only giving $5,000, but that's the wrong number. He gave $10,000 to the education fund. Thank you, Nalini. And you're up next anyway, so we'll be introducing you soon. Anonymous, $1,500. Sadanand Manoli, like Yash said, $501. Suniti Joshi, $251. Srinivas Pamalapati, we have $5,000. Sunita Gundamraj, as usual, $10,000. Thank you, everyone. And yes, I think we have more names.
Yes, they keep coming. Thank you so much. Urkala Rajaraman, $500. Srilata and Avinash Bakayat, $1,000. Smita and Rupesh Agrawal, $5,000. Amar Velaru, $500. And Satya Kari, $501. Narayan Rao Parasu, $1,000. Anand and Sharita Deshpande, $1,000. Ravi Goikada, $1,103. Sapan and Rashi Koshla, $1,500. Kirija Jaibal, $1,000. Tapan Pandey, $500. Pula Shekhar Reddy, $500. Thank you, donors. Thank you so much for your generosity. This keeps coming and going.
We'll keep coming for more, and we do have some update from our $5,000, Paresh and Shobha Desai. And you know, we have more pledges coming and coming and coming, but we are coming up with, when Dr. Guda talks, we are going to come up with another way of encouraging, and we will be giving you a total very soon.
All right, so we are doing a lot of tallying up in the background. More numbers coming soon. Why don't we get going with our program for the night? Next, Sri, we are going to introduce Deepa Devshena. Deepa is a Kathak guru and the director of Arbi School of Indian Dance. She is very innovative in her dance styles. Just like Kripa, a lot of kids in our town are students of Deepa and have performed at our several Hindu temple events. So to that, let's enjoy her performance. Thank you, Deepa. Thank you for that amazing performance. Please give a big round of applause to Deepa. You can hear your claps, so please show your enthusiasm at the comfort of your home. So with that, we've got more numbers to share.
You know, Yash, I really want to talk to everyone out there, especially like sitting there. Come on, guys. I think we're not even, I would say 50% to our goal. So that's,
Okay.
yeah, 50%, a little bit more than 50%. So let's go through that. Let's keep digging. And can you also tell them about the tax exempt and the ways to donate, Yash?
Absolutely. So on your screen, you should see all the methods of donating: PayPal, a pledge form link, the phone numbers that you can call to give your pledges, or a direct credit card payment, or mail in your checks to the Hindu Temple's mailing address, which is right on your screen. So take a minute to take all that information. Again, the theme has been, please donate generously. We've got a lot of donors out there. Hindu Temple is something that we all are cherishing, and it is a place for us to be for all the religious events, all the annual events. So please open up your hearts, open up your wallets, and you know, at every household, you have your home minister, which might be your spouse. So do consult your home minister.
Absolutely, Yash.
Make sure he or she is approving, and we're being told. Yeah, and sorry, we were thinking we were having a technical difficulty, but again, thank you to everybody who has donated. We are receiving all your information. It is being tallied here. The team over here, the volunteers, are doing a fantastic job in getting us the data. As we have more numbers and names to share, we will be announcing them. So please keep coming. Our goal tonight is $250,000. Shri and I both believe that we will not just meet the goal, but we are going to even
hopefully
beat
exceed it. Exactly.
So we are looking for your support. Please do everything you can. By the way, Shri, with the COVID-19, a lot of people may even have a lot of savings this year.
Absolutely. You know what? No one has gone on vacations.
Yes.
All those airline tickets, all the parties. I'm sure no one hosted a party. No one's at a party right now.
Absolutely.
So just please, all that money,
and gas money, Shri. Nobody had, everybody's working from home. So all the gas money, just add that up for the last 9 months, and you can convert that into your donation. It might not mean a lot, but it will mean a lot to the temple. So please look for opportunities, look for ways that you can donate. And you can even start looking, if you gave your donation, start looking at your tax returns for next year. With so much stimulus coming your way, there might be more refunds coming. So please use your refund dollars. Again, we're just giving you creative ways to think outside the box and help our temple. This is the year the temple needs it most. Please, again, look at your checkbook, look at your wallet, look at your credit card. Anything you can do to help, that would be great.
We'll take any form of payment. Like we said before, like elections, every vote counts. Here, every single dollar counts. So please donate generously. Thank you. And we are on to.
Yeah.
I think we're over back to RR rhythms.
All right, Raghu and team, let's get fired up again for some entertaining songs. Over to you, Raghu.
Thank you, Yash. Shri, wonderful job. Actually, we will exceed that limit you are talking about, Yash. So there are donors waiting there to donate. Let's this segment, viewers, we're going to do some upbeat songs. for you. And remember, in few minutes later on, the bidding for songs coming up for you. So you can actually bid for songs, and we will post those songs in later, a little bit later. Now, let's hear a Amitabh Bachchan favorite song from Bhupendra. Let's go, Bhupendra.
रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे अरे किन मारी पिचकारी तोरी अरे भीगी अंगिया ओ रंग रसिया हो Let's with the music, man. Enjoy yourself at home. रंग बरसे अरे रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे सोने की थाली में जो ना परोसा हर सोने की थाली में सोने की थाली में जो ना परोसा अरे खाए गोरी का यार बलम तरसे रंग बरसे रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे लौंगा इलायची का हाँ लौंगा इलायची का बीड़ा लगाया अरे लौंगा इलायची का हाँ लौंगा इलायची का बीड़ा लगाया अरे चाबे गोरी का यार बलम तरसे रंग बरसे रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे भीगे चुनर वाली रंग बरसे Thank you very much.
Thank you. That reminds me of Amitabh dancing on the screen. Excellent. Next is a Tamil song. A lot of Tamil donors are there waiting to hear this one. And Tamil Makkale, நீங்க வந்து நம்ம temple இது. Please donate. நல்ல காரியத்துக்காக தான் கேட்குறாங்க. Especially in the time வந்து the corona டயத்துல வந்து you can see Himanshu and Prashanthi were talking about how difficult it is அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி. ஸோ நீங்க இந்த டயத்தை யூஸ் பண்ணி நல்லா டொனேட் பண்ணுங்க. உங்களுக்காக ஒரு தமிழ் பாட்டு வருது. நீங்க இந்த பாட்டை கேட்டுட்டு நீங்க I want some of you to donate after listening to the song from the wonderful movie புதிய பறவை, Rama Raghuram.
குருவி முத்தம் கொடுத்து சீரிட கண்டே செவ்வானம் கடலினிலே கலந்திட கண்டே குருவி முத்தம் கொடுத்து சீரிட கண்டே
Thank you. That was wonderful. Okay, let's listen to another Allu Arjun song. Bharani, let's take it. I want people to dance for this song.
Thank you, Raghu. ఇంతకన్నా మంచి పోలికేది నాకు తట్టలేదు గాని అమ్మో, ఈ లవ్ అనేది బబులు గమ్ము, అంటుకున్నదంటే పోదు నమ్ము. ముందు నుంచి అందరన్న మాటే గాని మళ్ళీ అంటన్నానే అమ్మో, ఇది చెప్పకుండా వచ్చే తుమ్మో, ప్రేమ నా పాలేవు నన్ను నమ్ము. ఎటగాని ఎదురు చూపుకి తగినట్టుగా నువ్వు బదులు చెబితివే, అరే దేవుడా దెంత నన్నెంత లోపటే పిల్లడా అంత దగ్గరై నన్ను చేరదీస్తివే. బుట్ట బొమ్మ నన్ను చుట్టుకుంటివే, జిందగీకే అట్ట బొమ్మై జంట కట్టుకుంటివే. బుట్ట బొమ్మ నన్ను చుట్టుకుంటివే, జిందగీకే అట్ట బొమ్మై జంట కట్టుకుంటివే. మల్టీప్లెక్స్ లోని ఆడియన్స్ లాగా మౌనం గున్నా గాని అమ్మో, లోన దండనక జరిగిందేనమ్మో, దిమ్మ తిరిగినాదే మైండ్ సిమ్మో. రాజుల కాలం కాదు, రథమో గుర్రం లేవు, అద్దం ముందర నాతో నేనే యుద్ధం చేస్తుంటే, గాజుల చేతులు చాపి దగ్గరకొచ్చిన నువ్వు, చెప్పల చుట్టికేసి చక్రవర్తిని చేసావే. చిన్నగా చినుకు తుంపరడిగిదే, కుండ పొత్తగా తుఫాను దేస్తివే, మట్టగా మల్లె పువ్వు నడిగిదే, ముట్టగా పూల తోటగా పైనుంచి పడితివే. బుట్ట బొమ్మ నన్ను చుట్టుకుంటివే, జిందగీకే అట్ట బొమ్మై జంట కట్టుకుంటివే. వెళ్ళి నిందా నన్ను తీసి బుట్టు పెట్టుకుంటివే, కాలి కింది పువ్వు నేను నెత్తినెట్టుకుంటివే. ఇంతకన్నా మంచి పోలికేది నాకు తట్టలేదు గాని అమ్మో, ఈ లవ్ అనేది బబ్లు గమ్ము, అంటుకున్నదంటే పోదునమ్ము. ముందు నుంచి అందరన్న మాటే గాని మళ్ళీ అంటున్నానే అమ్మో, ఇది చెప్పకుండా వచ్చే తుమ్ము, ప్రేమ నా పాలేవు నన్ను నమ్ము.
Super, Barney. Sorry, I couldn't see people dance for this one, but I can visualize how Allu Arjun danced for this movie. And we are very fortunate. Aura International was the one who released this movie in Chicago area in 7 theaters. Along with Pramulu, so it was a good hit. Thank you, Bharani, for that wonderful tune. Next, we have Kavita. Let's take it.
Thank you.
నన్నారే నన్నారే నన్నారే
Okay, very good, very good. Let's go back to Bhupender for one more song. Bhupender, are you ready with a song for us?
Sure, sure. You want? I am ready with any kind of song you want. Upbeat song or
Let's hear
Nena
that.
Sawan Bado.
Yes, let's do that. Let's do that because that's one of your favorite song. And anytime you go into the Chicago audience, that's a song they ask you. Let's hear that Shivaranjani song, everybody.
Thank you. Ha ha ha. मेरे नैना सावन भादो फिर भी मेरा मन प्यासा फिर भी मेरा मन प्यासा मेरे नैना सावन भादो फिर भी मेरा मन प्यासा फिर भी मेरा मन प्यासा दिल दीवाने खेल है क्या जाने दर्द भरा ये गीत कहाँ से इन होठों पे आए के भी है मुझको याद जरा सा फिर भी मेरा मन प्यासा बात पुरानी है एक कहानी है अब सोचूं तुम्हें याद नहीं है अब सोचूं नहीं भूले के झूले रुत आए रुत जाए देकर झूठा एक दिलासा फिर भी मेरा मन प्यासा
Super, Bhupender.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank
Excellent.
you. Thank you very much.
Kishore. Now over to Yash for next segment. Viewers, remember we will be putting some songs for bidding in the chat. Please bid the highest bidder. Will be we will sing that song for you. Thank you, Yash. To you.
Thank you, Raghu. Again, thank you, singers, for your amazing performance. Please give a big round of applause for the singers. We know you are there. and tuned in, and do not leave because there is just some more amazing performance coming up. For the first time ever, we are going to have a stand-up comedian on the Hindu temple stage. So stay tuned, do not leave. There's a lot more fun stuff coming up. With that, we do have another trivia question. Are you ready with your chat? And this one is a little bit new and different. So are you ready? How many God pictures does the Mukhya Dwar, which is the main entrance of the temple facing Costco, have? How many God pictures are on the main entrance facing the Costco? If you are an observant and coming through the temple gates, you will know the answer. And we are looking for the winner.
Keep guessing, keep guessing.
Keep guessing. Keep guessing. You can even guess. It's less than 10. It's
Okay.
more than one.
Again.
And we have.
No, wait.
Okay, I think we're still looking, yes.
And
Okay.
we are
You know
looking
what?
for the winner.
Till we get that.
And our winner is, we are going to be telling in a minute, in 30
Okay,
seconds.
they're still tallying the winner. Yes, so let's just wait.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and the winner is?
Dylan Hart. And the answer is 4. That is a correct answer. Thank you for the participation. This was a tough one. It was a little tricky, but it got you thinking about what our temple looks like. So thank you for your participation. And with that, we have more stories. So who's next?
Before I go to our next speaker, Dr. Nalini Gouda, I would like to literally talk about a few more pledges. So this time there's a twist, Yash.
Oh, great.
So there's Abe and Sushma Jella. They donated $5,000 and they want people to match up to that. So we have Upendra Rajapalli at 1,116 towards that matchup. We have an anonymous donor for $1,000. And we have a phone order, Uday Goradia, for $201. So that'll all go towards the matchup.
That's very exciting. Thank you, donors. Thank you for that generosity.
So Yash, next we have some more stories of people's lives and how Hindu temple has been a part of it. Now here, Dr. Nalini Gouda with this story. Dr. Gouda is a gastroenterologist and has been a staunch supporter of Hindu temple from its beginning. Here's to Dr. Gouda.
Sorry for those technical difficulties. Over to Dr. Gouda.
Can you hear?
Are we on with Dr. Gouda? We completely apologize, little bit of technical difficulties. Until then, I have 3 more pledges that I can read out. We have Arun Rajaraman at $501. Arun and Priya, our cousins. Anand and Tammy Srinivasan from Austin, Texas, also our cousins, $501. We have my very own Ria Vijayapal that donated from her Greenlight account, $100. Thank you, Ria. We are ready for Dr. Gouda now. Thank you.
Namaskar and good evening. Temple is an important part of life of our family. Visiting temple gives our children a sense of belonging to this community. It also helps them teach Hindu values and Indian culture. Hindu Temple of Wisconsin has an open concept that when you visit the temple, it gives you that sense of inner peace and harmony. Whenever I visit the temple, after the darshan of the Lord, I sit there, I forget the bothers of the world. It is so soothing to hear the chants by the priests and the devotees and the various incense that makes you sit down and reflect upon your spiritual self. Each one of us have various reasons to patronize our temple. Here we have a beautiful temple, the Hindu Temple of Wisconsin, which we should all be proud of. We have built this together. It is here for us and our future generations. It is the main pillar of our community. Let us all help to protect it and grow it. Thank you. Namaskar.
Dr. Gura. Thank you again. Thank you, Dr. Gura. Again, apologize for those technical difficulties. This is a whole new way for us to present you our annual fundraiser. Again, thank you for your participation. We still have 500 plus participants, our audience cheering for us and donating. So thank you for that. And with that, we're going to continue the story theme. And next is, we have two special kids, Riya and Raghav Vidyapal. Your mom is bursting in pride over here to share your stories. Over to Riya and Raghav.
Hi, this is Riya. And this is Raghav Vijayapal. We have many fond memories of the temple, from our summer camp to dance practices to meeting our grandparents and friends there.
The Hindu temple is a place where we can go to learn about our religion and culture, and we can meet other people with the same background.
The Hindu temple has been a very important part of our lives.
So please consider donating to it so that we can keep this tradition going for our generation and many other generations to come.
Thank you.
Thank you, Riya and Raghav. You are an inspiration. Thank you so much. Again, your parents are very proud of you. So guys, even if you have donated, please consider to gift more. This is our temple. Next year, temple will be celebrating its 20th anniversary. And we have enjoyed everything at the temple, whether it's a Diwali program, cultural events, Brahmotsav. We are here to celebrate our temple today. This is our annual fundraiser event. So please consider to donate and gift your temple today. Few more reminders. Your donations are tax exempt. Please do make sure that you get a receipt of your donation tonight so that you can apply to your tax returns for next year. Again, donating to the Hindu temple, it's very easy. The PayPal link is in your chat window. The pledge form link is in your chat window. There are a bunch of phone numbers that are available for you to call in and do your donation on the phone. It is safe and secure. Please consider all those options, or even think of mailing a check to the address that has been provided for Hindu temple.
I do want to note that we have our very own Pavan and Karthik, Pavan Atali and Karthik. They are willing to drive to your house to collect the checks. So no need to even mail the checks. So thank you, Pavan and Karthik.
Thank you. All right.
And Yash, I just got to notice that many people wanting to know where we are, where we are at the numbers right now. So with our tallying, we're only at $160,000. Guys, we have much more to go. So please, please, please donate.
Remember, our goal is to do $250,000 in donation tonight. So please grant your support. Again, please dig deeper. This is your temple. So with that, let's continue with our program. And the next one is something very new. And we are going to do some bidding of songs that is going to help us with our goal tonight. Over to Raghu to explain more and the songs.
Yash or Vignesh, did you post the songs in the chat so that people can see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the songs are in the chat. So
yes, we have 4 songs for you.
Yes.
One is Mehbooba song. Another one is a Pinga Ka Puri song, and Income Kavale song for a Telugu song, and also Rowdy Baby song, another Telugu Tamil song. So these 4 songs are there, and I think we are giving you 5 minutes to bid on those songs, and we will come back to you in 5 minutes and see which has the highest bid, and we will sing that song for you.
Sounds good. As we are waiting on these bidding, and please, I really encourage you guys to go out there, start bidding for the songs. So we really want to hear RR Rhythms perform for us tonight. So with that, we have a couple of big donations here. Prakash Geeta Ganeshan, $5,001. Sridharan Surender, $500. And we have Gopal Ratnam, $251. Thank you. Thank you. Keep them coming. Keep them coming, guys.
So please bid for the songs in your chat. Go high. That way you are the winner. So please use the chat to bid for your songs. You have another 4 minutes or so to continue for the bidding.
We're going to show the tracker now. Tracker. How much graph?
All right. On your screen, our fabulous support team has figured out a live tracker to show you how we're doing for tonight's donation. So on your screen, you can see
$152,000.
Oh, it's 152.
we are at $152,000. We are having a live update of where we are with for tonight's goal.
I guess
So-
I've added these, so yeah.
We are very far from where we need to be. So please help with your donations, your gifts. Again, this is your temple.
We are putting Padma's story next.
All right. We are going to
While we're
wait.
waiting for the bidding,
Yes.
let's just put Padma's story next. Over to you, Vignesh. Sorry if you're able to see us. We don't know what's going on.
Hello, everyone.
Other side.
My name is Padma
Good now.
Donkarthi.
Thanks.
I have grown up in the Milwaukee area, and I'm blessed to be a part of this community for the last 50 years or so. I'm a practicing Hindu, and I was raised to believe that a life of dharma is practicing a religion on a day-to-day basis, following a path of righteousness and upholding our moral values. Hinduism has also kept my family connected, even when we've been apart. I have fond memories of holding pujas or prayer services at home during Hindu holidays and has brought together relatives and friends. We are fortunate to have the Hindu Temple of Wisconsin as a place for our community to learn, practice, and celebrate our faith together. I am honored to currently serve as the president of the temple, and have dedicated my time to preserving, protecting, and promoting our religion by organizing religious events and volunteer activities for our community. I am also so proud of the way our community has adapted and found ways to stay connected even during this pandemic. Hinduism truly is a way of life beyond prayers or rituals. It has provided me with comfort, peace, and community throughout my entire life. Thank you.
All right. So thank you, Padma, for your story. And we are still taking bids for the song, but looks like we have a winner.
Yes, I think we have our first bid for Mehbooba, our very own MC, Yash Shah. for $500. Let's hear it, Raghu.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Somebody was chatting. They need a little bit more time to bid for the other songs. I don't know whatever you guys decide, Yash, for the other songs.
Yeah, I think
we can. If people want to bid more, we will play another song. So
okay, good, good.
And we do have income from Vasu Guda.
Oh my God. Okay, great. So
we're gonna do Mehbooba, and then we're gonna do income.
Yes, that's it. That's
okay,
it.
let's go for it. Let's go for it.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Let's start. Let's start with Mehbooba.
Okay.
Sure. गुलशन में गुल खिलते हैं जब से राह में मिलते हैं, गुलशन में गुल खिलते हैं जब से राह में मिलते हैं। मैं और हत्तू महबूबा 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 महबूबा, गुलशन में गुल खिलते हैं जब से राह में मिलते हैं, गुलशन में गुल खिलते हैं जब से राह में मिलते हैं। मैं और हत्तू बहारों से निकला, चांद सितारों से निकला, फूल बहारों से निकला, चांद सितारों से निकला दिलरुबा। महबूबा 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 महबूबा, गुलशन में गुल खिलते हैं जब से राह में मिलते हैं, गुलशन में गुल खिलते हैं जब से राह में मिलते हैं। मैं और हत्तू इश्क की राहों में, बाहों में निगाहों में, हुस्नो इश्क की राहों में, बाहों में निगाहों में दिलरुबा। महबूबा 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 महबूबा, गुलशन में गुल खिलते हैं जब से राह में मिलते हैं, गुलशन में गुल खिलते हैं जब से राह में मिलते हैं। मैं और हत्तू महबूबा 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 महबूबा। हाँ,
oh, that was good. That bringing the memories of Sholay, Amitabh and Dharmender. Oh my God, excellent, excellent, excellent. People who are, Yash, people are looking for a little bit more time for the bidding. So we're going to wait for a few more minutes for that. So over to you, Yash.
Okay.
Thank you, Bhupendra. That was an amazing song. Again, a big round of applause for Bhupendra.
Thank you very much, sir.
you.
Thank you very much. Really.
Thank you, thank you. All right. So while you are still bidding, for the first time on the Hindu temple stage, we are going to present you with a stand-up comedian, and we are going to welcome a charming young gentleman, Vic Pandya. Vic Pandya is a nationally touring stand-up comic based in Chicago. His comedy album, Friends with 401k Benefits, debuted #1 on iTunes and top 10 on the Billboard charts in 2019. Vic has opened for both Roy Wood Jr. and Michelle Wolf and performs regularly at Zane's Comedy Club and the Laugh Factory in Chicago. He shared the stage with international acts like Veer Das, Zakir Khan, and Atul Khatri. With that, please give a big round of applause for Vic Pandya. Over to you, Vic.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the comedy portion of the evening. My name is Vic Pandya. I'm a stand-up comedian based in Chicago, and I'm incredibly excited to be performing for you guys tonight. So much so that rather than be there in person, I pre-recorded this. That way I don't have to face the judgment of any Indian uncles. Have to do enough of that at home. You know, we don't need more of it. Let's talk about masks. There's a good thing about these masks. It brings Hindus and Muslims together. I had to get a Muslim friend. How else am I going to know if women are attractive? I need an expert. Ahmad is used to looking at women like this. He can give me a heads up if it's a trap, because I already tried to talk to one and it did not go well. I was like, wow, you have really great eyebrows. Turned out she was a he, so I'm not making that mistake again, because we do have a date Thursday and I'm not sure how to get out of it. I'm not going to get too political up here, but I will say this. If you want to stop immigrants from coming to this country, just show them the first presidential debate at the airport. We'll turn around. I used to work in HR before they asked me to leave. Fired is a technical term, but whatever. Everyone's got different words for things. And I had to deal with visas. H-1B was very confusing. Even as someone who worked in HR, I never really knew the rules. It's all Indian people trying to apply, right? They should just call it H-1 FOB. No one else is applying. I'll be honest, though. I don't like the word FOB. FOB means fresh off the boat. We all know what it means, right? But let's be honest. Who do you know that has come here on a boat? You know how long that journey is? Christopher Columbus couldn't even make that journey. You think a Purva from Mumbai is going to do it? Absolutely not. Now, during the pandemic, as comedians, we had to switch and pivot to these virtual type shows, right? And I'll be honest, I'm glad we're doing this on Zoom, because I did a show recently at Microsoft Teams. What a horrible piece of software. It's worse than Skype, which I didn't realize was possible. The reason I don't like it is because there's no touch of my appearance option on Microsoft Teams, which up until recently, I didn't realize was enabled on my Zoom. So I log into this Microsoft Teams show, and I'm looking around the room like, man, this is an ugly office. Thank God we're not doing this in person. I'd have to charge extra. Who's this guy laughing in the corner? Look at this gremlin. Then I realized it was presenter view. I was looking at myself and I was like, oh man, it shattered my self-esteem. Here I was thinking I was a 9 on Zoom. Turns out I'm just a Microsoft Teams 5. So now I only accept shows on Zoom. A lot of people asked, Vic, how did you know you want to be a comedian? Were you always funny? And looking back at my childhood, there was some moments. In middle school, we had to swim for gym class. I'm sure a lot of people had to do that who are here, right? Now, me and a bunch of brown kids didn't want to swim. So we forged a letter from a local mosque stating that we weren't allowed to swim due to religious Islamic beliefs. We even included a phone number in the letter that the school could call to verify with the mosque. And we had kids cover the phone and take shifts. We were so Indian, we started a call center. Okay? That is high level. And obviously nobody called. Could you imagine the stress of that phone conversation? The principal's just like, hey, it's Mr. Razak at Hill Middle School up the street. Yeah, I'm just calling to verify. Do you guys allow water? I know during Ramadan it's like illegal or something. I wasn't sure because you guys wear towels, right? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That's not what they're called. Oh man, you know what? Just forget I called. I'm so sorry. Jesus, shalom, peace be upon you. Goodbye. So we got out swimming. Craziest part about that story is I'm not even Muslim. I'm Hindu, but nobody checked. Like whatever, same stuff. I did mention call centers. There is nothing more embarrassing as an Indian than having to call tech support. I said that at a show recently, and this guy in the audience went, "Why not? Isn't that your guys' safe space? Like, don't help me with the jokes, sir. Okay, I got this." But I had to call Comcast recently because my DVR was having issues, which really is a redundant sentence. No one's calling Comcast to tell them they're doing a great job. I thought I'd be clever if I changed my name to mask the fact I was Indian, not realizing they have all your customer information from your phone number. So as it's ringing, I'm just praying for a white person to answer. I'm like, please, God, don't let it be one of us. But of course, it always is, right? So what I hear and they pick up, "Thank you for calling Comcast. This is Brian. Who am I speaking with?" And I panicked because Brian was the fake name I had chosen. So I just went, yeah, my name's Brian too. And without missing a beat, the guy goes, "Yeah, just like me." So now we both lying to ourselves. And I hung up, and I'll be paying for that broken cable for the rest of my life. I was actually celebrating a friend's birthday recently. And at the birthday party, she had a bunch of baby photos of herself everywhere. And as a prank, she put one in my back pocket. And then I got drunk because it was Tuesday. And the next day, I'm getting coffee with some coworkers. So one guy picks up the tab. We all decide to split it. So I reach in my back pocket. I pulled a couple dollar bills and this photo of a small white baby. My entire office is like, "What's up with that photo of that baby?" And I was still a little hungover. So all I said was, "No, it's cool, man. We're just friends." They're like, "You're friends with the baby?" And I was like, "Well, technically we dated for a second. It was a long time ago." They're all looking at me horrified. I finally realize what's going on. I panic. And to cover it up, I said, "Well, sometimes in India, you could date a baby." I said the whole sentence out loud. I threw my whole culture under the bus to save myself the embarrassment. And because my office is very progressive and liberal, they're all just like, "Yeah, I think I heard that somewhere. History Channel? Yeah." So I got saved. Got saved by white guilt. It was amazing. Now, we do know that the holidays are coming up, and Indian people celebrate the same holidays as everyone else. We just put our own spin on them, right? Like for Thanksgiving, instead of going around and saying what we're thankful for, my family just went around the table and tells me things I need to improve on. Yeah, that's a fun game we play. I will say I'm very happy that we have Netflix to get us through the quarantine pandemic, and I love the Netflix dating shows. My favorite show is Love is Blind. If you haven't seen the show, the entire gimmick is singles never get to see each other, and at the end of the show, they have to get married. And everyone's like, wow, this is such a great way to form a connection with somebody that's not superficial, not based off looks. And Indian people everywhere were like, wow, a relationship not based off looks? What a concept. We've been doing this for 2,000 years. It's called arranged marriage. White people just took it and rebranded it because that's what white people do. Arranged marriage sounds bad, but Love is Blind? That sounds like a Twilight movie. That sounds fun. I'd watch that. Now, I can't wait for them to remake this show for India. Well, they'll just imitate American culture, right? They're going to have couples date, break up, get back together, break up again to focus on their careers, see other people, reconnect, take it slow for 5 years, then get married, only to get divorced in 6 months. Coming soon to Netflix India, Love is White. Going to be a great show. Check it out. One thing I will say about these dating shows is that Indian matchmaking show came out. So now a lot of people in the Western world know about biodata. And my mom loves to include biodata and send it to me all the time. And I've noticed that whenever the girl is not that attractive, tends to include a lot of unnecessary info in the biodata. She goes, she's very smart. She has an MBA from an Ivy League school. She has a credit score of 720. Credit score. She's got a great supple face. Supple face? She's a person, not a piece of leather, Mom. But back up in that credit score, is that her FICO score or her normal score like the last one? Because I'm not dating someone more successful than me. It's above 200? Yeah, I'm out. Can't do that. Now, I signed up for therapy, unrelated. I don't know why I said signed up, like it was a fantasy football league. That's how uncomfortable Indian people are with talking about therapy. I told my mom I was going to therapy, and she told me to try drugs. I was like, those aren't related. And get out of my room, okay? God, I still have 2 more hours till lights out. It's not even curfew yet. She said if I wanted to talk to somebody, I should start a podcast. I'm like, Mom, that's not the reason people start podcasts. That's the reason people start doing stand-up, and clearly that is not working. I looked at reviews first of therapists, which felt weird because it's a person, not a restaurant. There's one review said, I come here all the time. Dr. Linden is so amazing and interesting. Can't believe it's been 10 years together. Come here all the time. Who's trying to become a regular at their therapist? It's not my favorite coffee shop. Also, 10 years. Clearly, Dr. Linden sucks at his job. This should have an end date. Speaking of school, I was watching an Indian TV channel and an ad for a medical school popped up because they know their target market. You know, they're not running med school ads on TNT. They may know drama, but their viewers do not know what a 4.8 GPA looks like. Let's be honest. Just because you watch Bones doesn't make you smart. The first red flag of this commercial was the fact that it even existed. Any med school that has a TV ad should be immediately followed by a malpractice one. What's the sales pitch? Right now, we're like a University of Phoenix, but in 10 to 15 years, we could be DeVry. You know, we're on the come up, doing big stuff over here. The ad said the school offers hands-on learning with a graduating class of just 15 students. 15? That's not a college. That's a summer camp. They don't even need dorms. They just need one Airbnb. You could knock out that campus visit in 2 minutes. Just drive by the one building. Obviously, the school exists because people are going there. But if you can't get into a real med school, maybe don't be a doctor. That's not a profession you can just learn on the job. It's not like being a comedian. We can fail constantly without killing anybody. The only thing we're killing are our own hopes and dreams. I'm doing fine. I'm doing okay. Don't worry about me. Why is it when immigrants travel to visit our relatives in our home country, they don't ask for souvenirs, they ask for produce and raw materials? Indian people know what I'm talking about, okay? This is a conversation I had with a relative of mine in India. Hi Vikram. It's your Uncle Jilu. We are very excited you are coming to India next week. I just have a few small items I'd like you to pick up. Do you have a pen and paper? Let's pause right here. Anytime someone asks you for a pen and paper, it's going to be a long list. Okay, first item. Can you give me 30 pounds of almonds? 30 pounds? What? Are you planting a forest? Why do you need 30 pounds of almond? The bag limit is 50 pounds. It gets worse. Also, can you pick me up a few iPods, but not the Shuffle? We want the 128 gigabyte version. iPod Shuffle? What year is this? 2006? They don't even make those anymore. Also, Uncle Jilu, I know you only have 3 songs. I don't think you need an iPod. Look, I'll tell you what. Why don't you do this? Just go to eBay, type in ZUNE, and you get 3 of those for about 30 cents. The worst was this request. Oh, hi, Vikram. Jilu here. So Neil is rebuilding his car and would like a T34 turbo kit. Excuse me, did you say turbo kit? This isn't Pimp My Ride International. I'm not Exhibit. What is wrong with you? Just to humor him, I looked up how much this thing weighs. Guess how much? 632 pounds. So the next time your aunt wants you to ship some deep dish from Chicago, don't complain, because I'll be over here exporting car parts like I'm in Doom 3. Now, my parents want me to date within my race, and I keep telling them that black girls aren't into me. If you didn't laugh at that, you're the reason Trump won. No, they want me to date an Indian girl, and right now I'm dating a Mexican girl. But my brother is dating a white girl. So I told my parents, hey, at least I got the color right. Yeah. At least mine can be outside in the sun and eat spices. That's like 95% of what it means to be Indian. The cultures are very similar, so I made a list of these for my parents because her parents don't need convincing. They actually think I'm Mexican because that's what my girlfriend told them. And they just accepted that without any evidence. First similarity is this, okay? Both Indian and Mexican people, huge families, right? With 1 to 2 creepy uncles that no one seems to do anything about. Oh, that's just Jesus. Yeah, he's 50 and has attended a few high school proms, but he's okay. You know, just don't be in a room with him alone. Just don't do that. The second similarity is this. Both of us, not huge fans of white people, but we would never say it to their face. Except right now, because everyone's kind of doing it. What we do instead is take your money for goods and services that you're too lazy or stupid to do yourself. So it's a good system. Everyone's happy, moves on, right? Finally, we both bond over how much our families hit us. As an Indian or a Mexican, you can get hit at any point in your life. You're never safe. Oh, you're 32 years old? Who cares? Slap. Oh, you make a lot of money? Well, your parents raised 42 kids off $3 a day, so slap. Oh, you're just sitting there minding your own business? slap. That's for something dumb you're going to do in the future. Guys, thank you so much for letting me be a part of your event. My name is Vic Pandya once again. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Vic Pandya. You can see the handle on the screen there and on the bottom. Please, if you ever come to Chicago, look me up. I'd love to perform for you guys and get you tickets to a show. Have a great night.
Thank you, Vic. That was an amazing performance. That was very funny. I hope you all had a very big belly laugh. Thank you. And with that, Raghu and the team at RR Rhythms, thank you. We are going to over to you, Raghu, for a quick thank you for you and your team.
Thank you, Hindu Temple, for giving this opportunity for us. It was really a pleasure and really honored to support the temple. And please, if you didn't have a chance to donate, please do. And my sincere thanks also to my singers, Bhupendra, Rama Raghuraman, Bharani, and Kavita Janardhan. So it was a wonderful, wonderful evening. We will come back and help and support the temple anytime you ask. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Raghu. Thank you for your generosity and the time tonight. Those performance and the quality of the singing was great. So thank you, Bernie, Kavita, Rama, Bhupendra. Thank you. Please give one big round of applause for the RR.
Thanks.
I don't mind. I don't want to interrupt you, but we just got a new pledge.
All right, let's see. We are at our final stretch. So please open up your hearts and dig deep in your pockets. We are in our final stretch of the program.
And we are not reaching our goal, Yash. I think we really need to get some of you big donors out there. No amount is small. Every dollar counts, like we said. So let's do it. With that, I will announce Sai Yarlagadda, $1,001. And right now, we do have a tally-up number that we have collected, or never mind. I think we're
still working on the final numbers. We do have one final story of how our community relates to Hindu temple. So here we have Madhvi with her story.
Madhvi Money. Yep.
Hi, my name is Madhavi, and just to talk a little bit about what the temple means to me, I think there are two aspects that come to mind. One is definitely the community aspect, and the second is just how open to interpretation, how I can choose to individually take advantage of the time that I spend at the temple. First, on the community side, I want to say that a lot of my closest friends who I've had growing up have definitely just come from like those temple functions and like time that we spent together there. So I really appreciate the time and how that common place has brought us together. And secondly, on the more individual side, I really appreciate how the way just Hinduism in general and the temple in Wisconsin is formatted in such a way where you can spend the time the way you choose to. And for me, that's not always saying prayers. Obviously, that is something that a lot of people enjoy, but for me, it's more of taking that time to reflect on what I'm really grateful for, and sitting down and just kind of taking in like all my surroundings and really just grounding myself and realizing and kind of staying in that present moment as much as I can. So those are the two aspects that I think of when I think of the temple.
Thank you, Madhvi, for your story. It is very inspiring, and we all are connected to the Hindu temple in one way or the other. So again, dig deeper in your pockets, in your heart. This is your temple, and it needs your help more than ever. So please help and donate. And with that, we are looking for some tally. The phone lines are still open. The PayPal link is still available. The pledge form is there. Please donate. Donating to the Hindu temple is very easy. And we are looking for some final tally. The team is working extremely hard.
So with that, I welcome Mr. Vice President here for today, Hindu Temple, Wisconsin, Govardhan Katta, and he will give us our numbers
and
very shortly and a final update. Thank you, Govardhan. And soon after, we request all the board members to be ready. You will be called to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Shirisha and Yash. What a great job you guys have done. Hey, let's give a big round of applause. Great job. So, are you ready for the number? Here is the final number. Just moments ago, only 30 seconds ago, we are at only 176,990. 176,990. Still long ways away from 250K, but yet I must say that we are very, very pleased with how these things have turned out. Obviously, I'm here to give a vote of thanks. I want to start by thanking all the financial contributors to the temple for the last 20 years. Every single individual. We have a database of 18,000 contributors over a period of 20 years. I want to thank each and every one of them. All the volunteers who have come to support this temple, all the board members, past presidents. Let's give a big round of applause to all of them. So now I want to thank Dr. Prashanthi Pilla, who has spearheaded this fundraising committee this year, has done a fabulous job. She worked very, very hard, created a lot of new avenues, working with social media, etc., trying to get the message out. And obviously, we have seen the success here. Thank you very much, Prashanthi ji. And of course, she was strongly supported by the fundraising committee that comprised of Balaji, who made the brochure, the entire IT team, okay, starting with Pavan, Karthik, Sarvesh, and Srilata, who's actually behind the scene. Vignesh and Amit, who are here, okay, they are not part of the board, but they have really been greatly helpful. Once Vignesh from Chicago. And then I also want to thank the non-board members for this year, Venkat Kodali, Yogesh Khatri, Shirisha Vijaypal, who have come to become part of this fundraising committee. They will all be coming to the board next year as well. Thank you very much. And then, of course, the other members who are part of the fundraising committee included Dr. Sunita Gundamraj, Himanshu Bhai, and our president, Padma Duniparthi. Thanks to all the fundraising committee. Okay, I'm not done yet.
Okay.
A long ways to go. We would like to thank keynote speaker, the Sridhar Tallapaka, done a fantastic job. Okay, he explained to us about the significance of the temple. Okay, great discourse, and the entire the RR Rhythm musical team, comprising of Bhupendra Singh, Rama Raghuraman, Mr. Raghu, who coordinated all of this, Bharani Kannan, and Kavita Janardhanan. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Most importantly, I don't want to miss out. Most importantly, all of you who are still, supporting, watching us. Without your participation, this would not have been possible. So thank you very much for all of you. Okay. And the entire team who's still here. Okay. I covered.
Camera.
So we're going to have all our team over here who has been a huge support for making this event happen. All the board members and our technical team come on the stage for a final thank you. So thank you again for your participation. And here you have your Hindu Temple board team and all our fundraising community. Thank you.
Are we taking a photo? Nothing.
I have one last announcement. I'm really happy to announce that Arvind and Shirisha Vijaypal have graciously donated the balance. We currently have 177
yes.
something.
177.
So they've generously donated an amount to go over 200,000. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Guys. Say cheese. Hold on, one second. Okay, please come. Come, please.
Yeah.
Everybody, we are going to take a picture. So if you wish to smile along with us, say cheese when we say cheese. Should we move the camera? Now we are good. You should be center, fundraising.
Executive team. Teamwork.
Let me just take this.
Let's take the mask. No social distancing, no mask. All right.
You can use this to sue the temple.
Say cheese. Cheese. One more. Cheese. So much of cheese. I'm now worried for all of you. Okay.
And famous for cheese.
Correct. Thank you, Bernie.
Are we still live?
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Have a
And
good
stay safe and stay healthy.
By the way, I think the link will still be on. You can continue to donate in the event that you're still contemplating.
Please call us. We have the numbers open. We have the IT staff ready to take your
Everything
calls.
open, and we will announce.
tonight.
We'll find a way to announce you. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you all. Good night.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's got over.